This is a slightly smaller adventure today, but a place worth visiting and an easy place to get to from the city of Valencia, either by driving around 20 minutes to get here or taking the EMT line 25 bus, which takes around 45 to 60 minutes. But the upside is it costs no more than a couple of euros, and yes, you can even use the Valencia bus card if you have one that you can get from all the metro stops in the city, in addition to the tram stops. We are currently in Albufera. We are walking in the middle of nowhere in order to find the beach. Just to mention that this adventure today took place in April, so we didn't have quite the high heat of the summer months that we're having now. But as you can see, the weather was phenomenal and certainly enough to burn if you do not use cream. As you can see, we've made it to a road. We're getting ever so slightly closer to the beach. We will firstly be heading to the beach here just to chill out for a little bit, but then we're going to take a short walk to the Albufera, which is a freshwater lagoon and estuary located just south of the city. Interestingly, the word Albufera comes from the Arabic al-Buhaira, meaning the little sea, and I suppose it kind of is a little sea. On the seaward side of Albufera, the landscape opens up to a wide stretch of Mediterranean coastline. This is where the dunes of Devesa del Saler roll gently down into the wide, sandy beaches like Playa de el Saler. I also want to point out here that there is a mall in the south of the City of Arts and Sciences, which is the fancy buildings in the city of Valencia. And the mall name is Saler, which is so called because of the Devesa del Saler. One of the amazing things about Valencia is that it doesn't take long to get out of the city centre. Let's be fair, Valencia is a very green city, so it's not like you're escaping to get to the country to see more greenery, but it is still nice to see something a little bit different. That's what Albufera offers. It's a completely different vibe from the city itself, with the built-up city beaches, which, by the way, are also amazing, as that's where I live, but it's nice to have a complete change from time to time. As a result, there are no towers, no promenades, just golden sand, a pine-scented breeze, and the sound of waves hitting the shore. The water is clean and clear, perfect for swimming, and the wind makes it a favorite for windsurfers and kite surfers. This is the kind of beach where you can walk for ages without seeing more than a handful of people, especially outside of peak season. It's Valencia's wild coast, raw, open, and beautifully simple. So you can see here we've got this kind of mossy area, and I don't know if you can see in the distance, that is actually the sea, just there. It looks like they are open from 10 until 8. So apparently there are turtles here at the beach. We'll keep an eye out. Don't touch them apparently, or shine lights at them, or stand on them, or look at them. No. It even says no flash photography. Playa de la Garrofera is a bit of a hidden gem within the Albufera coastline strip. Sandwiched between El Saler and La Devesa, it's quieter, less crowded, and completely natural. It is rather windy here. A nice breeze though. And actually, if we look way over here, you can see there's the port of Valencia. The beach is backed by dunes and pine forests with no buildings or bars, just sand, sea and space. The water is clear, the atmosphere calm, and it's easy to reach on foot, as you can see. If you're after a simple, peaceful beach with a raw, untouched feel, Garrofera delivers. And of course, you can also take the bus here, but we're hardcore and decided to walk because it really isn't that far. Now let's talk about Albufera itself. It's actually one of the largest freshwater lagoons in Spain, and it sits just behind the dunes, completely hidden from the beach unless you know it's there or you just so happen to have Google Maps open or something like that. The water is calm, shallow, and surrounded by rice fields that have been farmed for generations for, you guessed it, paella. This is proper paella country, the real deal. So if you choose to visit here, you can tell and boast to your friends you visited the proper place where they make paella. We are currently a little bit off-road. We've got the bus coming from behind us at the moment, but the plan is to somehow get to the lake, which is behind this wall of grass. This is the main road as well. As you can see, there's lots of cars coming past here, Feels slightly dangerous, not gonna lie. Look how busy it is. There's so many cars going past. We're being as safe as we can as we walk, but we won't be able to cross for a little while, it seems. And here we are. We have made it to the lakes. We just need to cross this very busy road, but we have a zebra crossing up here. So that's exciting. As you can see, most people have turned up with their cars. Probably the wiser thing to do. The area around the lake is part of Albufera Natural Park, and it's full of wildlife. If you're into birds, it's a bit of a dream. Birds stop here throughout the year to migrate, and you can see everything from herons to flamingos, depending on the season. One of the best things to do here is to take one of the little traditional wooden boats out onto the lake, as you can see here. So for the simple price of €5, you can be packed on too, like a sardine, on a boat. It's peaceful and the views at sunset are meant to be incredible. Although, as you can probably guess, we're not quite there at golden hour today. That's mostly because we knew the bus would be totally packed out if we planned to get one of the last buses during the time of the sunset. It's also just a really quiet spot to walk around. There are proper trails through the wetlands, wooden walkways, and little shaded spots under the trees. You can also easily spend a couple of hours here doing absolutely nothing, and that's kind of the point. I suppose you could say this is Valencia's answer to Casa de Campo in Madrid. I'll let you guys decide which is more beautiful. And if you're not completely sick of hearing about Valencia yet, which I do hope not, I am absolutely loving this city. Feel free to check out my 2-part series, which you can watch here. See you in the next one. Thanks. We have been... How dare you. Está bien. Voy a continuar con mi vida.